Yes. What's going on, family? What is going on? What's up, my family? How are you guys feeling in the Chizzy chat today? Go ahead and smash that like button one time as you guys come in. Go ahead and share this video out to whoever the hell you guys think needs this video, because we gonna get into the value tonight. Once again, I am gonna be honest with y'all. We're not drinking tonight. I'm chilling. It's gonna be a cool vibe, good education, good conversation, bunch of questions hopefully you're gonna get answered tonight. You know, we're gonna analyze the market, see what the market's got prepared for us tonight going into tomorrow. And it's just gonna be a good calm session, family. But again, I'm not drinking tonight. I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna be taking a little break from sipping on that wine. That wine was really messing me up in the mornings, man. But we still lit. We got a great session. What's going on? Go ahead and drop those locations in the chat as well. You know, as you guys tune in, drop those locations in the chat. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Let me make sure everything is good to go. Let's see what's going on. Matthew Hamster, what's up? Andrew, how are you doing? Jacob, Danny, my bro, what's going on, family? How are you guys doing tonight? Super excited to be live with you guys as usual. Super excited to be here with you guys all. Let me see what we got here. Give me 1 second. About to turn on some toonies. And we're gonna turn it up, man. We're gonna turn it up, family. We're gonna turn it up, man. We got Nigeria in the house. Brooklyn, what's up? What's up? Montreal, Canada in the building. Illinois, how are you doing? Glamorous Princess, welcome to today's session. Yeah, baby, we back for another session. Let's get it. Yeah. That one in the bag, I'm getting it. I'm on my road. Getting the dope. These markets have been absolutely insane this week, man. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Take profit. These markets have been ugly today. Take profit. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Take profit. Set it, forget it. Take profit, getting a gift on death me. Gotta be. If I ain't profit yet, I gotta stop. Said, well, you know what I mean. Every little inch it moves, kinda change the mood, so I don't wanna see. Gotta set it and forget it. So we hit TP, set it, forget it, set it, forget it, set it, and forget it. Take profit, set it, forget it, set it, forget it. Take profit, set it, and forget it, set it, and forget it. Take profit, set it, forget it, set it, and forget it. Yes. Let's see who else we got in the building. What's going on, Matt? My brother, I appreciate you for tuning in. We got Atlanta, Georgia in the building. Jasmine, what's up? Hopefully you are having a phenomenal night tonight. I know I'm extremely blessed to be here with you guys all tonight. Thank you guys for popping in. I love seeing you guys excited to get to this bag, excited to get to this knowledge. All right, I see we got Orlando in the house. What's up? Upstate New York, always repping. Let's go. I love my upstate family, man. And forget it. Set it. And forget it. Set it. And forget it. Take profit. Set it. Forget it. are the definition of a queen. Love the way you look my way. Yes, yes, yes. What's going on, guys? What is up? We got Houston in the building, New Jersey. What's up? Appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got working in our favor tonight. We're going to get right into this really, really quickly. Hold on. Shahida, Shahida. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Yes, you. Yes, you. These markets have been crazy, man. And I love me needs a gift. Love the way you love my way. 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 Shahida. Can we actually sell off from here? Shahida. By the way you love my way. Love the way you love my way. Love the way you love my way. Love the way you love my way. All right, yes, yes, yes. What's going on, family? What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome, welcome, welcome to tonight's session. Super excited to be here with every single one of y'all. Go ahead and drop a like on the video one time for your boy. It definitely helps me out. And I think I'm definitely going to need it, right? Because yesterday's video, you know, we had a very good time yesterday. A very interesting session last night for Asian session. The past couple days have actually been very interesting. You know, we've been really having some fun, right? Just enjoying ourselves, looking at the markets, looking at the charts. You know, I was drinking some wine the past couple days. It was good vibe, good energy, listening to music that's copyrighted. But I think I listened to too many songs that were copyrighted yesterday because YouTube started blocking my videos. Like, they actually ended up blocking the video from last night. I think they said it was too much sauce, right? Too much value was dropped. We had too much fun. And I was just playing a whole bunch of copyrighted videos, right? So I think they ended up blocking that video. So for some people, if you try to look up last night's session or last night's video, you're not even going to be able to find it, right? Unfortunately, you know, unfortunately, right? But it's cool. You know, it is what it is. You know, we're here to come back tonight, have some fun. I'm not planning on drinking at all tonight. So if you guys are here for those shenanigans, it's not tonight. It's not going to happen tonight. I'm chilling tonight. We're going to be vibing out. We're going to take a look at the market, see what the market does have for us tonight or going into tomorrow. to see if there's anything that makes the most sense that we can take advantage of overall, right? But yeah, it's gonna be still a really dope session. You guys know how it is. I like to come on here and provide value, massive value, as much value as I possibly can. So definitely get those questions ready. Drop those questions in the chat. Drop those pairs in the chat that you guys want me to take a look at, and I'll give you guys my honest opinions as to what I think can actually happen. That doesn't necessarily mean I have a freaking crystal ball and that it's going to happen. It's just me giving you my thoughts and opinions as to what I believe can happen overall. Okay. Now, before we even get into any of that, I want to go over what actually happened this morning, right? Because we actually had our New York session trade room this morning, and it was actually a very good session as well, right? We ended up taking a position here on the S&P this morning that didn't end up playing out in our favor, right? I ended up losing about 1% this morning, just because the market didn't give me what I wanted, right? I ended up jumping in a little bit earlier than I would have really liked to be honest, but either way, the market just did not work out in my favor. It ended up dropping. Right now, why was I looking for this buy here on the S&P? Right? Why was I initially looking for some long positions here on the S&P? Well, it was really just betting on earnings, right? We actually had earnings reports come out, today, for some big boy corporations, right? We had, Meta actually just released, when the market closed, but yesterday we had some big boy releases, right? We had Microsoft that came out and beat projections, right? Came out much better. Revenue was higher. Earnings per share increased, right? We had Google that also came out and did really good as well, right? I mean, for the most part, we had a lot of beats and projections here for a lot of these different companies, and a lot of these companies, guys, are included in the S&P 500 index, right? So we was pretty much trying to play this, right? Bullish indices off of the fact that we've seen, earnings reports come out a lot better than what was expected. Now, right, if we take a look at Microsoft real quick. Now, I know this is Forex, right, or at least not Forex, right, because we trade indices right now. But if we take a look at these stocks real quick, right, I mean, look at Microsoft, right? Microsoft ended up gapping up, right, this morning at 9:30 a.m. When the stock market opened up, look at this major gap that it did, right? It ended up gapping up about $20, right? And then we also had Google as well, where Google initially sold off, right? Google initially sold off, and it still really didn't do much, right? Google still ended up pushing a little bit lower, right? But for the most part, we were trying to play a bullish reaction on the S&P off of the backing of earnings that were coming out. And I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm surprised that it didn't work out, but I'm also not truly surprised because of everything that's been happening over the past 24 hours, right? There's just been, and this is something that I started to think about later on in the day, right? When I started to really just retest, or not retest, but when I started to look over the setup that I took this morning, and I'm trying to figure out, all right, what went right, what went wrong, what could I looked at or anticipated better? Is there anything that I could have changed, all right, to improve on that opportunity? And there really wasn't anything that I would say I would change. The setup looked good. I really liked what we were seeing. I liked the opportunity that presented itself. I could have been a little bit more patient, because I really wanted to see price for the most part get above a specific level before I started to buy up, and I ended up jumping in a little bit early. But this is where I came to the conclusion on why I believe the indices ended up dropping. Right? If we actually go ahead and look at what's happening here in the Twitter sphere, right? I love to come to Twitter. Twitter is just a phenomenal place to go ahead and get your news at, right? If you really want to be up to date with fundamentals, start to follow a few people here on Twitter, and you will be absolutely up to par, right? But this is what I was looking at. I'm looking to see exactly why indices did not go up if we've seen earnings come out a lot better than expected. And I truly think, and I could be wrong here, right, but I believe that the reason why the stock market ended up dropping and we ended up seeing a lot more sell side volume, sell side pressure for indices, it could be just because there's been a lot of fear pushed out into the market today, right? Today what happened, right? We had obviously the the Republic Bank over there, right? The Bank of Republic. What is it called? Let me see, right? Let me see if I can find it. What is it called, right? The Republic, the Bank of the First Republic Bank. All right, the First Republic Bank. So this is the big headline that was actually all over the place today, right? The fact that they're actually going under. looking to sell hundreds of billions of dollars of assets, to try to recoup some money so that they can pay back depositors, right? And you know, it's kind of interesting, but the government didn't even want to intervene neither. All right, so the First Republic Bank over here is definitely dealing with a lot, and I think this situation here, right, with the banking sector, right, another big bank going down, added a lot more fear to the market, and I think that fear overpowered earnings reports. Right now, that's one thing. Right, again, there's a couple different things that I'm gonna bring up today. These are just my honest opinions, guys, as to why I think the indices ended up dropping, right, while I was looking for bullishness. So we had obviously the First Republic Bank that ended up going down. They were looking for some type of a backstop or a bailout. It's not looking promising. There's really not that many other banks or governments or corporations or institutions that want to help them out. So that's a massive big hit on the market overall, right? That's a massive hit, on confidence overall. But then we also had nuclear talk, all right? We also seen, I know I read it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Right, there was also reports, that the U.S. is actually moving nuclear-powered submarines off of the coast of South Korea. Why would they do that? Well, it's because there's a lot of tension right now with North Korea, right? North Korea is obviously continuing with their rhetoric, keep on talking the nuclear word, right? The nuclear talk, such and such. And it has to have gotten to a point where now the U.S. Had a little fear. I don't want to say fear, right? But the U.S., decided to make a decision to actually start to, station some submarines, right? Nuclear powered submarines. We're talking about submarines that are actually capable of launching nuclear warheads, right? And they pretty much stationed them off the coast of South Korea. That's a big deal, right? Anything to do with nuclear war, right? That N word itself, nuclear, is going to add fear, uncertainty, and doubt into the marketplace no matter who it's coming from, right? So I think the banking sector itself, the issues with the First Republic Bank has definitely played a part of it. I think that nuclear talk also played a part in it. And that's why I think, I could be wrong, but that's why I think indices ended up continuing lower here. Now, what kind of, it doesn't suck because it is what it is, but we initially, yesterday, not today, but yesterday, we had shorts from up here on the S&P, right? So imagine if we actually just continue to hold all these short positions that we initially called, right? We will be up a stupid bag right now, right? We will be up, what, almost 60, 70 points, 80 points or something, right? That's a good payout. But, it is what it is. Hindsight is 2020, right? We can't, we could look at the markets and say, oh, man, I woulda, coulda, shoulda did this. But woulda, coulda, shoulda is not going to change a damn thing. All we got to do is figure out what went right, what went wrong, adjust if we have to, right? And then completely forget about what happened and prepare ourselves for the next up and coming trading day, right? On yesterday's stream, before I got drunk, right, before I got saucy, I was telling you guys about, it's okay to lose the battle, right? Today, I technically lost the battle in the markets, right? I could have possibly, made most of the money that I was looking at back because, before I jumped off the live stream with the team this morning, right, for New York session, I did tell everybody, man, that there's a good chance that this thing does start to rebound. All right, so I could have taken an entry here to try to recoup some of those, losses that I took, but it is what it is, right? The market did end up going higher, but look at what happened, right? It still ended up closing a lot more bearish on the day, right? So very interesting to see here what we got here, guys, overall. Very interesting price action that we experienced over the past 24 hours. And yeah, it is what it is, right? You got to learn, you got to adjust, you got to really, take what you can from it. And then, forget about it. Don't hold on to it too long. And then go ahead and get prepared for the next opportunity. All right. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. Right. So just a quick update of how my morning went. Right. Full transparency. I ended up losing around 1% on my trade, or 1% of my account balance this morning, trying to buy the S&P. And it is what it is. Right. But guess what? Tomorrow morning, right, when we come back live tomorrow morning, right, I will be fully prepared to see what the market is doing, and I will be fully prepared to go ahead and try to make a bag right back. All right, because I am going to end the week up a bag no matter what. So I'm excited for tomorrow morning to see if to see what we can get off of the S&P here. All right, so that's just a quick little rundown, family, of how, my morning essentially went overall. All right, now let's see what you guys have got here, right? Can you take a look at GJ? I got you for sure. What's going on, Jerry? I appreciate you for tuning in. When you play the music, Abel, you have to write in the video, no copyrights, only friends. I wish that worked for YouTube, right? That doesn't work for YouTube here. YouTube don't play when it comes to copyrighted music, right? The moment you play a Drake song, like they could just hear Drake's voice, right? Like Drake has to be the most copyrighted person or the most protected artist in the world. The moment you even play a song from Drake, right, immediate copyright strikes, right? Like when I woke up this morning, all right, because every time you play music on your stream, all right, that's copyrighted, right, that's owned by, one of these music labels or these artists, right, you get smacked with every single email, all right. So I woke up this morning with like 20 different copyright claims, right, because we played a lot of different songs yesterday, right. So I woke up with like 20 different copyright claims, right. And I think that's why they ended up blocking the video, demonetizing the video, and that's why I think they just the video wasn't taken down, but you're not gonna be able to find it. All right, they blocked it and they like hid it from everybody. All right, so that's why today, we're gonna be chilling, right? We're gonna be vibing. We listen to some music, but we're gonna listen to some music that's not copyrighted, right? So we don't get, these videos taken down, right? Because I want you guys to be able to come back, watch the videos if you guys want to, and yeah, learn from it. All right, but yeah, that's pretty much what happened here, right? So we're gonna be a little bit more aware on today's stream for sure. All right, let's see. Isn't war bullish for equities though, right? I mean, it will be bullish for certain equities, right? Like war stocks, yeah, it would. All right, like there's certain stocks that will benefit from it, but if we're talking about the indices, right, like the S&P, US 30, NAS 100. Right, that is not bullish for those sectors, right? That is not bullish, right? When there's war on the horizon, right, investors typically do what, right? They run a safety, right? They try to find a safe haven asset that they can invest into, right? So yeah, there are individual stocks that can benefit off of war, right, off of that type of environment, but the indices itself, which makes up, again, a bunch of different corporations that have nothing to do with war, for the most part, no, right? We shouldn't see no type of, bullishness from that. Okay, so again, that's just my opinion at the end of the day. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Tampa in the building. What's going on, Lord? It's good to see you in the chat. Go ahead and smash the like button, family, if you haven't done so just yet. Let's get it. I guess it's only soft music. I mean, I still got a playlist here, right? That is actually still pretty fire, right? Shout out to that boy Tyrone. That's not copyrighted, so we're pretty lit. And this is a trading playlist. All right, this is an actual trading playlist talking about pips, talking about catching a bag, talking about blue parties, and how to take a loss, right? It's pretty dope, right? So we're still gonna be vibing out. We're just not gonna be using no mainstream artists for right now. All right, because I also think YouTube is also not allowing my video to go out as much, right? As you can see, we only have 50 viewers on right now. So I also think they're going to be blocking my reach, right? And that's going against what my intentions are here, right? I want to be able to grow this channel, I mean, as much as possible, right? I want to be able to get as many live viewers as possible, right? But if I'm on YouTube's bad side, you best believe they're not going to mess with me, right? They're not going to rock with me. So, we got to be on our best behavior over the next couple sessions. And honestly, that's a good thing, all right? That's a good thing for a lot of you guys that are here, to actually learn and get straight to the business. Right, because you guys will be surprised. Even though I had some fun with you guys over the past couple days, right, just vibing out, enjoying myself, right, drinking a little wine, talking my ish, and it's dope. But you guys will be surprised on how many comments I got and how many messages I got from people that were actually upset, right, that I was cursing on streams, that I was acting quote unquote a little bit more riled or reckless. Right, so and I understand it. I'm able to take constructive criticism. If it's something that's going to affect my overall brand as a person, my overall brand as a business, then yeah, sometimes you got to adjust, right? You got to adjust and you got to make changes. And I got a lot of messages from people that were a little upset with me yesterday, all right, because again, I was acting a little reckless. I know there's a lot of you guys that like that type of content, right? I know a lot of you guys actually enjoy that type of more so fun type of vibe, fun type of environment, and trust me, I do too, But like I said, I do have a brand that I have to uphold. I do have a community that I represent, and yeah, I gotta be more aware of certain things, right? So, we're still gonna have some fun, right? We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna enjoy ourselves, but I have to be aware of how I actually do that. All right. So for those of y'all that hit me up yesterday, upset that I was cursing and then I was drinking and then I was acting a little bit more wild, I listened to y'all. Right. I'm able to reciprocate the energy. I'm able to reciprocate exactly how you guys feel. And I'm able to make adjustments, man. I'm able to make adjustments. It is my first week back live on Asian Session stream, so I wanted to have some fun, change it up a little bit, but I get it. I understand, right? So we're going to get straight to it, though. We're going to go back to, focusing on straight value. Again, we're going to have some fun, but the main content is definitely going to be about getting you guys to the next level. A lot less, joking. I mean, we can joke, right? But a lot less, playing around and getting straight to the point. All right, I'm pretty sure, again, that's really, really what you guys want to be here anyways, right? I could act a fool, I can act the clown, and I still will. But we're gonna have to do it at certain levels, right? We're gonna have to do it at certain levels. We're gonna have to moderate it a little bit better. All right, so that's just a little quick rundown, though. But overall, all right, back to the charts. It was still a very interesting day today. We had a very good time on our New York session, even though my trade personally didn't play out. I know Kyle, my trading partner, also called out something that did pretty well. So my trade didn't play out, but we still had a very, very good time. It was a great session this morning. And the cool thing about New York session streams, family, all right, and again, you don't have to join if you don't want to, right? I highly encourage all you guys to go ahead and join the actual community, right? The Profit Society Familia, so you guys can jump on our live sessions, our live New York sessions, where we're actively looking to trade and actively execute in real time in front of you guys. I highly encourage you guys to do it, but you don't have to, right? But the cool thing about those streams is that I own the platform, all right? I own that live stream, all right? So I can do whatever I want. I can play any music that I want without having to, deal with any precautions or any yeah, right, with any downfall or negative backlash, right? So that's pretty dope. So New York session, we still be having a lot of fun. We be vibing out. We be listening to some music, and it's just a great vibe overall, man. So again, I highly encourage you guys to join it if you guys have not joined it just yet. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning if you guys do join it, all right? Or if you guys are already a part of it for the most part. All right, but let's go ahead and get into this now, guys, right? And see what we got here going into tonight. All right, let's see what we got here going into tonight. Now, let me check the comments real quick. Let's see. If you move to Rumble, I will gladly follow you. No more censorship. Yeah, right. Rumble has definitely been popping off a lot. I mean, there's a lot of streaming platforms out there now that are, definitely trying to get market share. Let's see. Those upset ain't getting money for it. Listen, but I respect it, bro. This is the thing, Will, bro. People like myself, right? I don't mind seeing people's other personalities, right? I don't mind seeing people outside of just straight business, right? I love it. But there are people that come onto these streams and come onto these sessions, man, and they're not with the kid stuff, right? They want to just come on here, learn how to trade, look for some opportunities and then call it a day, right? They're not really impressed, with the giggling and the laughing and the music. And I understand it, because trading is a very serious business, right? We are talking about learning one of the most hardest skill sets, one of the most complex skill sets in the entire world, right? And they just don't have time to deal with the kiddie stuff, right? So I get it. I understand it, all right? Trust me. I get it. Okay, that's why I'm able to make adjustments, right, and realize that I gotta do a little bit better, so I get it, I understand it. And again, at the end of the day, I am a business owner, right, and as a business owner, I also have an image and a brand that I have to protect and I have to uphold as well. All right, so it's a couple different ways I gotta look at it, man. But I get it, I'm with you, bro. I actually like seeing other sides of people's personality, right? I love seeing people when they're they're able to have fun and just do their thing, right, and not be so so professional, right? But not everybody enjoys that, and I got to be aware of stuff like that, right? But all right, so what do I think can happen for the S&P, guys, going into tomorrow morning? I mean, for the most part, man, I as long as there's continued fear in the market, man, it's going to be very hard for me to want to buy this, right? Again, we are dealing with the whole situation with the First Republic Bank. We are dealing with nuclear warhead talks over here. I mean, there's a lot that's going on. I mean, there's been a lot going on for a while now, right? For the past 2 years, we've been dealing with a lot. But as of right now, I mean, it's kind of tough to to try to go against it, right? But I will, and I say this, I say this because I want you guys to be aware of this, right? I will still be actively monitoring to see what the hell we're doing over here, right? Because price is literally at a very interesting level, right? I think we're more so just trapped at a level where price can either break below this level right here, right? This 40-60 level. Let's just call it a flat 40-60, right? Price can potentially, if we potentially break below 40-60, then I see continuations all the way to the downside, right? Probably right back down into this little area right here around the 39. We can call it 39. Let's call it 39.50. Yeah, we could just say 39.50, right? I think that we can continue to drop all the way down to the 39.50 level, right? If we break this level here, right, this 40.59, this 40.60 level, then I believe we continue all the way down into this pocket of liquidity, all the way down into this demand zone around that 30.53, 39.50 level, right? So I'm gonna be interested to see something like that if we do end up breaking below this level, right? We are on a daily time frame, by the way, right? So we are in a bigger picture. So just keep that in mind, right? So if we break this support, I think we continue to drop. If we don't break the support, right, and if this level ultimately continues to hold, which it is very possible, right, and if we're able to get back above 40.83, if we're able to get back above this zone here, then I will be looking for more bullish continuations instead. Right, so again, it really depends on how we are and where price is in the morning. By the time New York session comes, I'm really going to be able to decide on a decision based on how price plays off by the morning time. Right, again, if we break above 40.80, then I'll be looking for some longs for New York session. Right, if we actually go ahead and break below this 40.50s, then I'll be looking for some shorts to continue all the way down into, again, this area of demand or this liquidity pocket, which I think is also very attractive as well. All right, so we're gonna be patient. Again, I'm not trading the S&P at any time other than New York session. All right, and in fact, I only trade the S&P at 9:35 a.m. All right, like the stock market opens up at 9:30. Indices gain a lot of volume, a lot of volatility at that time. I never play that first 5-minute candle. I always start to look for opportunities, and I'm always ready to push the button at 9:35 if an opportunity presents itself, right? So depending on how we play out throughout the night and where we're at by the morning time, I will be either looking for continuations lower or I will be looking for opportunities to go to the upside. Okay, so that's how I'm going to be playing it overall, at least the S&P itself. All right, let's go take a look at the other indices. All right, because they also reacted pretty interestingly, right? So we did get, US 30 ended up dropping really, really nicely as well, right? And again, it could be because of news, it could be because of fear, it could be because of the banks, right? I mean, everybody's gonna come up with their own ideas or their own reasons as to why it happened. For me, I just think the market reacted negatively based off of the news of the banks and just the fact that there was nuclear talk as well. That's what I'm running with, right? Again, I think that's it. It doesn't have to necessarily be it, but that's what I think is the big reason, right? But what can we look for now for, US 30? Well, very similar to what I was just talking about with the S&P, right? It's going to be make or break at certain levels for me, right? If we're able to go ahead, right, and rebound, okay? If we're able to go ahead and rebound back above this 33,500 level, I will be looking for continuations to go long. Okay, but if we end up breaking below this 3,300 or 33,000 level, then I might just be looking for continuations lower here. All right, it's gonna be, again, I'm gonna be waiting, be very patient here, and I'm gonna let price tell me what we're gonna do. All right, because it can go either direction. All right, we have data, we have news from both aspects telling us that the market can go either direction. Right, so I'm gonna be patient. If we break 33,000, I'll be looking for continuations lower. If we end up breaking 33,500, I'll be looking for continuations higher. Very simple, straight to the point. We're gonna be playing structure levels to see, or to identify where it makes the most sense for us to get involved. Right, so that is US 30. We'll keep our eye on that. Again, I trade the S&P, but I'll give you guys a look on these ones for sure. All right, so okay, let's see what we got here for NAS really quickly. NAS is also another, again, very interesting one, but similar concept. We're at a very interesting level of structure as well. All right, very significant level of structure here at this 12,000. let's say 12,800 level. If we stay above this price point right here, right, if we stay above 12,800, right, even if we spike down and close back above, I will be bullish here. All right, I will be looking for some opportunities to go long. But if we end up breaking below that level, right, then I'll be looking for reasons to go short. Right, NAS probably looks the cleanest out of all the indices. All right, NAS probably looks the cleanest, right, just because of where we're at and how we're reacting so far. Right, but it's either we're gonna respect this level right here, 12,800, right, and eventually go bullish, or we're gonna run that level, you know, and then we'll go ahead and look for reasons to go ahead and go short instead. Right, so that's another interesting one. We're gonna be very, very patient with this, see what the market gives us as well tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'm gonna be a big fan of looking for a opportunity tomorrow. Right, so again, if you're a part of the Profit Society, man, tomorrow be ready, because I think tomorrow we're gonna be able to catch an absolute banger, a banger to finish out, you know, our trading week for sure. So I'm excited for tomorrow already, and we still got mad time to go. Right, but that is just a quick run through, guys, on the indices side of things. Right, let's go ahead and take a look at the dollar itself now. The dollar, man, is just being super, super annoying. Right, I've been saying this for the past couple weeks, guys, man, but look how choppy this market has been. Right, although we technically have been going lower, look how choppy it's been. Right, all of last week was all this nonsense. Right, now this week, now we're dealing with this nonsense, right? Just back and forth and back and forth, right? Like, these are the markets, guys, where if you're a trend trader, you're gonna have a very hard time really trying to stay afloat. Right, I know trend traders right now, guys, right, that I've spoken to, right, a lot of my trading buddies, right, are trend traders, and they're all saying the same exact thing, man. These market conditions are not favoring trend traders whatsoever. Right, these market conditions, guys, have been extremely choppy. Right, a lot of range bound markets we've been experiencing, and yeah, if you're a trend trader, it's kind of hard to trade during a range bound environment, because we want to see the market continue to go. We want to see some type of trend start, or at least continue. Right, and we're not getting that. Right, we're not getting the reactions that we want, you know, which is why for me, I'm adjusting, and I'm not riding trades out for so long. Right, even if I call out a trade during New York session, right, I call out a signal, you know, during New York session, guess what I'm doing? Right, I'm taking the trade and I'm riding it right back to the most relevant high or the most relevant low. Right, that's what I'm doing here. Right, if I find an opportunity to get in, no matter what it is, I'm riding it to the relevant high or to the relevant low, and I'm getting out of the market. I'm not going to close out fully, right, because I do want to see if we could potentially break out and continue into a trend. But, you know, I'll be closing out a big portion of my trade. Right, first take profit or first level of structure. Right, I'm closing 40% of my trade. Right, and that's a big chunk to close off of just the first initial touch to a level of structure. But I want to make sure I'm paying myself something in case the market decides to come back. For an example, right, let's use an example right here. Right, let's say for an example, right, I ended up taking this buy right here. All right, this is an example. Okay, let's say for an example, I take this buy right here. Okay, once we come back up to a major level of structure, which we do have here, I will now close out 40% of my position up at these levels. Why? Because for one, that is a 2-to-1 risk reward, right? So we're up 2 times our risk. I want to go ahead and secure the bag. I want to pay myself something, right, so that my time wasn't wasted. And then at that point, I will also roll my stops to break even. Okay, but what I will do is I'll also leave that remainder 60% to run. Right, that remainder 60% is gonna run. If we're able to get to our next TP level back to relative highs, then I'll close out another 40%. Okay, so I'll close out 40% on the first level of structure that we test. I'll close out another 40% on the next level of structure, and that last 20%, I'm just gonna ride it out. I'm gonna let it run to see if we can actually break out and start trending. Okay, so that's how I'm playing my opportunities and my setups that I decide to take. Right, first take profit, I'm closing out 40%. Second take profit, I'm closing out the other 40%. And then the last remaining 20%, I'm just gonna leave it open to see what the hell happens. Or I'm just gonna let it go. It's either I'm gonna get stopped out at break even. Right, again, I already closed, you know, I already closed 80%, so it is what it is, right? But we're either gonna get hit at break even, or that remaining 20% open position is just going to ride for however long I decide to let it ride, right? It's me trying to figure out ways to manage my money in a way that's going to allow me to still be paid. Okay, because I am a trend trader, right? I like identifying trends and I like riding out those trends. But these market conditions have been extremely choppy, man. So you got to be able to adjust, right? You got to learn how to manage your money a correct way so that you're still able to catch a bag and do yourself, and pay yourself at the end of the day. All right, so that's what I'm personally doing, right? What are you guys doing, family? Have you guys been experiencing anything like that? Right? Has you guys been experiencing choppiness? Obviously, we all see the same markets, but what has your guys' trading like been the past week or so? Let me know in the chat real quick. Let me know in the chat. How's your guys' weeks been, man? Because these past couple weeks have been definitely very choppy. A lot of nonsense, a lot of noise, a lot of back and forth for sure. Let's see. That is why I haven't been trading USD pairs. Yeah, I mean, it's been extremely choppy, 100%. Okay. But now that I got that little lesson out the way, what do I think is going to happen here for the dollar? All right, moving forward. All right, well, now that we're back below price here, or back below structure, I gotta trade the fact that we're going to respect structure. Right? So I think, and I want to respect the fact that we technically have just been going lower, right? It's been very slow, very choppy, but I want to look for continuations here to the downside now for the dollar, right? If you guys remember yesterday, right, and even this morning, I think it was, yeah, it was this morning actually. Yeah, it was yesterday actually. Right, yesterday I told you guys I wanted to look for the market to react here and go bullish. Why? Because we have broken back above major level of structure, and I wanted to see if this level can hold and go bullish. But again, the market is just on a whole bunch of BS this past couple of weeks. Right, the markets have been on a whole bunch of nonsense, and we're just whiplashing back and forth. Like, look at these moves on the dollar, right? We're just whiplashing back and forth, and the market is just literally trapping, buyers and sellers and liquidating buyers and sellers. Right, that's all that's happening, right? We're trapping buyers and sellers, and we're liquidating buyers and sellers, right? And yeah, these market conditions are really not the best, but you gotta be able to adjust. So yeah, I would love to see if we can stay below this level now and actually continue lower. Right, I would love to see that. I'm a big fan of seeing that. All right, so as of right now, I am bearish the dollar. Right, and what does that mean? If we are bearish the dollar, all right, how do we play this on other currencies? Well, very simple. All right, if we are bearish the dollar, all right, anything that ends in USD should rise, should go up. Right, anything that begins in USD should drop. Right, very simple. Right, correlation 101. Right, the dollar itself, guys, is the currency reserve of the world still, right? Even though we're seeing a lot of different countries start to ditch the dollar, and I seen a headline today as well, that I can't remember exactly what the headline was, but it was talking about the Chinese yuan, overtaking US dollars in terms of transactions that happen with China or something like that, right? So we are seeing obviously a lot of different countries start to ditch the dollar. But either way, I don't care what they do, all right? The dollar is still going to be the most dominant currency in the world. As long as we still have the most powerful military in the world, we're still going to be the currency reserve of the world, right? That's just a fact of the matter is, right? But yeah, correlation 101, right? If we are expecting dollar weakness, then pairs that end in USD should rise to the upside, because the first currency is going to be more stronger than the dollar, which will cause price to rise. Now, if the dollar is the first currency in the pair, right, the weakness that we experience here, right, could lead to strength over here, which would cause the market to drop itself. Okay, so that's what I'm playing here. All right, I'm going to be looking for something like that here on the dollar, right, to see if we can get involved on. Now, let's go ahead and take a spin around the block really quickly. I want to go ahead. I'm actually going to add euro to my hit list again, man. Just because it does the exact opposite of the dollar, so I might as well have it up here. All right, so let's take a look at Euro USD real quick. All right, and use that same idea, that same reference while we're looking at these trades here, right? Or while we're looking at these markets. Okay, so looking at Euro. What have we seen here? What have we done? Well, we have tapped into this supply zone up here. Very interestingly, you know, we ended up running these highs. All right, we ended up running these highs, right, which is what left this big wick. But either way, look at the rebound that we seen today. Right, again, yesterday, what did I tell y'all? Yesterday, I wanted to see us continue lower. Right, I wanted to see us continue lower yesterday. The market didn't give us that, like at all. Right, like at all. Right, the market did not give us that. In fact, it ended up rebounding with a lot of momentum to the upside. Right, so again, it's either we're going to stay inside of this choppiness and we just come back down and we're just still dealing with all this nonsense, or the market is finally going to give us something and we can actually look for a trend to start. All right, that's a possibility. All right, just seeing the market continue in this bullishness. That's what I'm leaning towards right now, right? Even though we are at a major level of structure right now, and you know it could be an opportunity for us to short. I want to stick with the trend, all right, until we're able to break back below a level of structure that makes sense for me. So I will be bullish the euro going into tonight, going into tomorrow morning. Where can we look for some trades from though? I like this level, right? This 1.099 level, right? The 1.1 level, 1.1 flat is also interesting, right? So maybe, just maybe, if we drop, we could look for opportunities to go long. Okay, if we drop, we could look for potential opportunities to go long. Give me 1 second, family. My daughter just woke up. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for, man. I want to see if we could push back down, you know, give us an opportunity to go long, right? My bias will be upside here on the euro, all right? But where we're currently at, I have no interest in buying from where we're currently at. I would need us to drop some more, all right? I would need us to go ahead and go lower, all right? The areas that I'm looking at, guys, when I'm looking at this entire move up, all right, this push up here, right? You want to look for evidence or areas that make sense for the market to react from. Okay, 15-minute, 5-minute time frame, you choose whatever you want to look for. But you want to start looking at like these levels right here. Right, you see like this little pause in the market before we continued. Right, the market can drop right into that zone, that demand zone, and go higher. All right, or it can go off this level as well, or it can come all the way back down to the lows. All right, there's a lot of different levels that the market can go towards. All right, it very well could. All right, I'm not psychic. I can't predict exactly which level is going to hold. But if I was to, you know, look for opportunities, I would be interested in probably something like this. All right, I would love to see us run this support. It doesn't have to happen, by the way, right? Price doesn't have to do it. It's just what I would like to see, what I would prefer. Right, the market could very well, you know, come back and just go bullish from these levels. Right, it is very possible. But for me, I just don't like taking buys when we're this high up in the range. All right, we have this big old range, and we're just a little bit too high here. Right, if I'm looking to buy, I want to buy in discounted levels. Right, there's a difference between premium and discounted price points. Right, you want to buy at a discount, and you want to sell at a premium. Okay, let me say that again. You want to buy at a discount, sell at a premium. How do we know if we're in a discounted or a premium level? Take out your fib tool. All right, I don't use fibs like everybody else. I use fibs just to simply help me identify, you know, discounted and premium levels. Very simple. All right, nothing too complicated. Okay, so whenever we are below the 50% level, we are in discounted price levels. Right, so anything below the 50 is valid to start looking for reasons to go long, because now we're in discounted price points. All right, when we are buying, we buy at a discount. When we are selling, we sell at a premium. So what would I be looking for? I wouldn't be surprised if this something like this plays out. This could be an initial setup that we look for going into tonight, right? Let me just go ahead and go lower time frame real quick. Yeah. All right. This can be an initial setup right here. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. All right. I think that this could be a level right here. All right. This 1.101 level. Now, why specifically that level? Well, it's because we had this little continuation block here, right? You see this little pause in the market, all right? You know, the market ended up pausing here for around 30 minutes before we still continued to have a lot of demand. So I would love to see the market come back and retest this little pause in the market, and hopefully we can find some demand once we are actually able to retest that level, all right? So that's what I'm interested in here for the euro, man. So I'll be playing that going into tonight and to see if the market does give us an opportunity for that. Let's see. I'm in Euro USD buys from 1.0971. Also, you're in buys from down here. Okay. Did you take that you took that yesterday morning, I'm guessing? Because that's a great entry, though. That's a really, really good entry. Yeah, that's a banger entry. That's a good one. All right, so, hey, man, you might be able to look for some re-entries. All right, this 1.1 level is looking super interesting. All right, 1.101 level looks very interesting here. It looks very, very interesting. All right, so yeah, you know, this could be an opportunity we look at. You know, for anybody that trades London session, you know, this probably will play out during London session. You know, look what we're doing Asian, right? We're Asian, we're just accumulating orders. Right, Asian, we're accumulating orders. We're just going sideways, accumulating orders, where we're building up liquidity. There's going to be liquidity on both sides of this range. It's going to be money up here. It's going to be money down here. All right, we are going through the liquidity phase. We should run liquidity to the downside and then target buy side liquidity, right? We want to target sell side liquidity first and then potentially target buy side liquidity next. All right, so that looks very interesting. That looks very juicy. I think that could really play out for us tonight. All right, so again, any London traders, man, keep your eyes on this. If we're still in, like, if we wake up tomorrow for New York session, we're just chilling, I'll probably be all day looking for something like that as well. All right, so that looks good. Let's see. Like the stream one time, 100%. Definitely go ahead and like the stream, family. If you guys have not done so just yet, go ahead and smash that like button one time. I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. Let's see. Yes, I believe I saw something about that too. Something in the realm of 40% USD global utilization now. I'll try to try to find that article, Michael. I'm always interested in looking into something like that. All right, let's see if I can find USD dominance. Let's see what comes up if I type in USD dominance. Let's see what happens. Talking about BRICS currency will erode US dollar dominance. Yeah. See, look at this right here. All right, major world economies are shifting away from the US dollar. How long can the currency sustain its dominance, right? Let's see. Major economies moving away from US dollar. India pushes international trade settlement in the rupees. Makes sense. US dollar is no longer king as Asian adopts currency swaps. BRICS new development bank to offer loans in local currencies. Saudi Arabia is open to trading in currencies besides the US dollar. More than 70% of China and Russia trade is settled in local currencies. China and Brazil strike deal to ditch the dollar, right? So yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. Let's see. Let me check over here, right? Let's see. Interesting. All right, let's see what else they're talking about. Nothing there. We just read that. Let's see. There's clearly great desire by much of the world to move away from USD dominance. Unfortunately, successfully transition to another system requires more than desire. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. 19 countries submit membership requests to join BRICS, challenging the USD's global dominance. Let's see. There's a problem. Can anyone point it out? How dominant is the US dollar? Let's see. For the past 8 decades, the US dollar has been the world's primary currency. These two charts provide a snapshot of what the dominance looks like. This Forex market is the largest market in the world. US dollar is the top 7 pairs, which together account for 71% of global transactions. Just listen to that closely, right? It says the USD appears in the top 7 pairs, which together account for 71% of global transactions. That's interesting. All right, that was as of September 2020, right? Let's see what we got here. Foreign exchange reserves by currency. All right, this is as of 2021, right? So 60% American dollar. Combined, the world's central banks hold 12.6 trillion in foreign exchange reserves. Because the US dollar is the most traded currency, the majority of these reserves are held in USD, right? So out of 12.6 trillion, 60% is in the dollar, 21% is in the euro, 5% in the pound, 6% in the yen, 3% in the Chinese renminbi. I think that's how you say it. Renminbi. 2% Canadian dollar, 2% Australian dollar, 3% other. That's interesting. Again, that's as of 2021, though. Either way, family man, the US dollar is not going anywhere anytime soon, right? If it does, it probably won't be for another decade or so. All right, there's just too much happening with the dollar itself for that to happen. All right, so yeah. What do you guys think, though, family? Right? What do you guys think? Do you guys think the US dollar is going to lose its dominance or no? And if you guys think that the US dollar is going to lose its dominance, what currencies do you think have the ability and the potential to replace the US dollar? What do you guys think? What do you guys think, right? Do you guys believe the US dollar is going to lose its dominance? And if so, what currency is going to replace it? Let's see. What is this Twitter account? I mean, I look at a bunch of different Twitters, right? But what I was just looking at, I simply typed in US dominance in the search filter. All right, that's what I was just looking at, right? US dominance in the search filter. That's all I typed right there. All right, let's see. I'm trying to find out what happens to the auto mortgage loan debt if the reserve currency changes. Do I need to buy now or wait it out? What you think? That's a great point. I'm honestly not sure what the market or how the market will react to something like that. It's tough to say. Ray Dalio says otherwise, low key. I think none lasts forever, man. Dollar to Doge. Imagine that, right? The Dogecoin. Imagine a Dogecoin become the currency reserve of the world. That would be hilarious. It would never happen in a million years, but that would be so funny, right? But Ray Dalio has been talking about it for a while now, all right? That kingdoms come and go, right? I actually watched a podcast for Ray Dalio a couple weeks ago, right? And I actually sent it in my Telegram chat. All right, if you guys are not a part of my Telegram, I do have a Telegram channel that I actually just provide some value in. I talk my stuff in there, just provide gems. I mainly drop a lot of value, but I drop a lot of podcasts that I watch as well in that Telegram channel, right? I use Discord a lot more as well, my Prophet Society Discord channel. But I still talk in my Telegram, so go ahead and join the Telegram channel. I just dropped it in the chat if you guys are not a part of it just yet. But I actually dropped a video on Ray Dalio. All right, I actually dropped a video about Ray Dalio not too long ago. Yeah, this one right here. All right, if you guys have not watched this video, highly encourage you guys to go watch it, man. He actually talks about his thoughts and opinions for the dollar itself, what he thinks is going to happen over the next decade or two, and it's actually a very, very insightful video. All right, so go watch this video if you guys have not done so yet. It also explains very in depth as to the banking crisis that we've been experiencing, and he brings up a lot of points. The U.S. is on its way out, very, very, I don't want to say soon, right? Because when I say the U.S. is on its way out of losing its overall dominance, it is. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen anytime soon, right? It might take another 10, 15, 20 years for the dollar to, lose its status as the superpower, right? If it does eventually happen. But he gives a lot of insight, a lot of value, right? So go watch that video, man. It'll really change the game for you. All right, another great video is this one I hear is also the one that I dropped. You know, uncovering the world's biggest fraud. This one is also super dope. All right, this one is also really, really good as well. Right, it breaks it down a lot, guys. So go ahead and join the the Telegram if you guys are not a part of it. I do drop a lot of bangers in there for sure. All right, let's see. I don't think it will be for at least 5. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's gonna happen for at least another 10, 15, 20 years. Let's see. No, soon as we get a new president back to the top of the food chain. I agree. All right, I agree. It depends on the presidency. It depends on, obviously, unfortunately, the party that they're with. And again, I don't like to get into politics, on stream or just in general, because obviously politics is a very touchy subject. So I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, it really does depend on the new president or the presidency, who's in office, and the type of policies that they're going to implement. To see if we, are going to fast track our dominance or if we're going to start to lose it. Let's see. Maybe the U.S. might push their own digital currency. That's definitely going to happen, right? I think every central bank is going to eventually, at some point, switch to a digital currency. I think at some point they could switch. They will eventually switch to a digital currency. But think about how. That's a great point. Think about how scary it's going to be. If all of our currencies are digital coins, digital property, right, and it's property of the US. Think about how scary that is, because now if it's no longer physical paper money, then everything is digitized. That means that the central banks, the Federal Reserve, should have direct access to every transaction that we're making as consumers, right? We won't have no privacy. Right, there will be no more privacy at all in terms of what we actually use our money for. All right, so it's gonna be scary, man, to see. I think there's no doubt about it. We're definitely gonna go into a digital currency. They already been testing it for the past 6 to 8 months, 6 to 12 months. But just think about how scary that is, man. It's gonna be scary. They're gonna be able to track everything. They'll be able to literally see everything that we do. They'll be able to stop us from doing. They'll be able to have full control over our money, and that's kind of scary. All right, that's kind of scary. I see the dollar will be shaken. However, the dollar is here to stay. I'm with you, Justice. I don't think anytime soon, man, it's not gonna go anywhere. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, man, as long as we have the most powerful military in the world, we have nothing to worry about in terms of the dollar losing its dominance overall. Let's see. Keep in mind, as debt ceiling issues continue to surmount, and with some of the new policies on how they weigh inflation is very curious. Yeah, they actually just passed the thing too, right? They actually just raised the debt ceiling. Like, I just read a headline that they just raised the debt ceiling literally today. All right, they just raised it. I believe $1.7 trillion. Let me see if I can find it real quick. What was it? Sharp decline in U.S. dollar on concerns over U.S. debt ceiling. I know I just read a headline on this. Let's see if I can find it. Debt ceiling raised. Did I could have swore. I could have swore I seen a headline about the debt ceiling being raised. Let me see. I could have swore. Let me actually look, man. Let me see what we got here. Let me check real quick. Because I could have swore I seen a headline about it. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But let me see. I don't know. I'll have to try to find that. Because I could have swore I seen a headline saying that they actually raised the debt ceiling today. I could be wrong, though. Alright, let's see what else we got here. I'd rather be a warrior in a garden, not a gardener in a war. That's interesting. Shout out to Bruce Lee. Shout out to the hackers. The hackers are going to have a field day. The Restrict Act is horrible, too. I'm going to be honest. I haven't looked too much into the Restrict Act, but I will look into it a little bit further now that you actually brought it up. Let's see what we got here. Minnesota wants to make a database for those who dare to exercise their First Amendment rights. Reynolds and Democrats want to do the same nationwide. It's called the Restrict Act. The Restrict Act is communism. I see the Restrict Act does a lot more than just make it illegal for Americans to use TikTok. It will give unelected bureaucrats the power to make it illegal for Americans to use any other web or website. Interesting. The Restrict Act is. It looks like the Restrict Act was brought up because of TikTok. Is that what it was brought up? Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna do some research on the Restrict Act. How we use it will fundamentally change under the Restrict Act. The bill will allow government to determine what social media to be used, and if you use a VPN, you risk 20 years in federal prison. Golly, what the hell? What are we in North Korea? What are we in Russia? What are we in China? That sounds kind of scary. That sounds kind of scary. Oh, just like they're really pushing for world domination. Nothing good ever comes from. Yeah, that is kind of scary. I'm not even gonna lie. What are we, Germany? Right? That's interesting. Let's get it live. Yeah, family, let's go ahead and get live. Let's get 2 more likes to 50 likes. Appreciate you guys for doing that. I love y'all, man. It was on Instagram. Yeah, I know I seen the headline somewhere for the debt ceiling. Debt ceiling is now 1.5 trillion. That's what I've read, but I can't even find anywhere to, like, I've read that. I read an article, or just at least a headline saying that the debt ceiling did increase 1.5 trillion, but now I can't even find. Now I can't even find no headlines or no articles about it. Hold on. Let's see. Raising the debt limit by 1.5 trillion or extending it through March, whichever one comes first. House Republicans pass debt ceiling hike, hoping to spur. Okay. Yeah, so they had to vote today. McCarthy proposes 1.5 trillion. I don't think it actually went through, but it seems like they're just proposing it. Did it go through today? House approves raising debt ceiling. Okay. Okay. House approves raising debt ceiling. That's just a House, though. The U.S. House of Representatives on Wednesday nearly passed a bill that includes sweeping spending cuts over the next decade. The bill isn't expected to pass the Senate, though, and President Joe Biden will veto it if it did. Yeah, see, I don't think it's gonna get passed, though. All right, that's just talk. So it went past the first step, right, which is getting it past the House of Representatives. But now it has to go to the Senate, and then Joe Biden has to also sign off on it. So I don't think it's gonna pass like it's saying here. But it is interesting, though. It is interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I can only see that the House passed it. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Right. We gotta see what happens next. All right. Interesting. All right, but let's go ahead and get back to the markets, guys. See what we got. Let's take a look at gold real quick. So gold is interesting. Gold has been reacting very, 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 very interestingly. If we're looking at gold from a technical level, a technical perspective, I mean, what will we see here? Right, we had the market, create this high. Okay, we had the market create this new high, and immediately we seen this thing shift lower to a lower low. So we went from a higher high to a lower low. Right, higher high straight to a lower low. That is usually indicative of what we can expect, right? So I don't know. Very choppy market still for gold. Like, gold is extremely, extremely ugly to be trading. Just be mindful. We have been in this range since, a month. For an entire month we've been in this range. But yeah, there could be opportunities to go short here on gold. But I would want to look for it up here at these highs. All right, I don't know if we're gonna make our way all the way up here, man, but I think this liquidity pocket is very interesting. All right, so if we are able to continue bullish, again, I don't know if we're gonna make it that high. All right, there's a chance that we just stop at these levels right here, right, the 2003 level. Yeah, either way, I'll be looking for opportunities to short. All right, I'll be looking for opportunities to go short here on gold. All right, to see if we could play off maybe around the 2003, 2004 level. Hopefully that can hold, and then maybe we can go lower off of that. All right, but I'm interested in looking for some shorts here on gold. It could be something like this. Stops above the highs, target down to the lows. All right, it's around a 4.6 to 1 risk to reward, which is absolutely phenomenal. All right, so yeah, something like this doesn't look bad for tonight on gold. All right, again, I'm not trading tonight. I trade New York session, but I will monitor this to see how and where price is at for New York, and then during New York session, we'll see if it makes sense still for this to play out. All right, but that is gold. Looks super interesting. Let's take a look at GJ now. All right, I know GJ is a fan favorite. I love GJ like crazy personally. He's one of my favorite currency pairs to trade. So let's take a look at this. All right, so for yesterday's session, right, I told you guys yesterday that I was interested in looking for some short opportunities here on GJ. All right, that I was interested in looking for short opportunities on GJ, and I still kind of am. All right, I still do want to look for some more downside here on GJ. It's just for the most part, I think we gotta be patient. I think we can absolutely go ahead and spike up to the upside. You know, break this trend line, break out of this little triangle pattern that we've been creating so far. I would love for us to go ahead and go bullish, and then from there go ahead and go bearish. All right, a sell from 167,500 could be very attractive here on GJ. Yeah, it looks interesting. All right, a sell around 167,500 could be very interesting for sure for some shorts here on GJ. All right, I think that could be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. Right, but that's what I would be looking for on GJ itself, seeing if we can get involved up there. I don't see, yeah. It might not even go up there. That's the thing. Like GJ might not even make it up there. I would prefer to go up there because we'll get a better risk reward, but I don't know if it is gonna go up there. GJ might just react to where we're currently at now. Interesting. I mean, I'll keep my eye on this one as well going into the London session. Interesting. CJ, let's take a look at CJ real quick. CAD yen. What's the CAD yen got going on? All right, so CAD yen, interesting. I'm a seller here on CAD yen as well. I'm a seller of all yen pairs for the most part. If we're able to see price push back up, I would say into the 98.9 level, I will be interested in looking for some opportunities to short. All right, we're not going to overcomplicate this one. You know, coming up, I would like to sell it from 98.9 level. All right, 98.9. Very simple, straight to the point. I will be a big fan of selling this up at that 98.9 level for sure. All right, that's what I would like to see. Yeah, right above. Yeah, right up in here. Yeah, I like that. I like that. See something like that. Yeah, that would be interesting. I think that could play out. I think that could play out. Don't overcomplicate it. You know, see if price can make its way back up to this level of structure. Yeah, that looks interesting. Just looking to continue with what we see in here. All right, you know, we ended up coming back to retest structure. We pulled back. We ended up dropping to continue lower. Pull back, continuation. pullback, continuation. All right, that's what I would like to see on CJ CAD yen. That would be interesting. Yeah, yeah, that'll be cool. Right, so yeah, I mean, those are the opportunities I'm looking at, guys. Again, so let me just recap real quick. So gold, I would like to see how we react up here on gold around the 2003 level. Right, I would be a big fan of looking for this thing to drop lower. Euro USD looks kind of interesting. I would want to see Euro USD actually drop and then go bullish for us. GJ, I'm gonna be watching GJ again. There is a decent chance, right, that we do, respect this 166,800 level. But I also wouldn't be surprised if the market actually decides to go higher and reacts off of the 167,450. Right, I will take a stab here with no fear, risk 1%, deal with the outcome. Right, it's either gonna go towards targets or we're gonna get stopped out. If we do get stopped out, then I'll just look to sell from up here. Yeah, I'll look to sell from 167,460 if this initial one doesn't work out. All right, so that is GJ. The S&P, I'm gonna be patient with the S&P. I really want to see how we play off of this level. I think price right now is trapped between two levels of structure. So again, if we able to break below this 40.50, then I'll be short. If we break above 40.90, then I'll be long. All right, that's what I'll be looking here for indices as well. At least for the S&P. NAS looks interesting though. All right, NAS looks interesting. All right, because NAS is at a do or die level. All right, this level is interesting, right? It could either continue to hold this level and we go bullish, or we could break below it and actually go lower. Oh, my neck. My neck hurts. My neck, my back. Oh. All right, let's see. Oh, is there something to consider? I just read something about a ton of counterfeit gold. I believe it was in Texas. How do you get? I've heard articles about that as well, right? Counterfeit gold, but how do you counterfeit gold? That's my question. All right, how do you counterfeit gold? Like, how do you counterfeit gold? Dang, there's actually steps to make fake gold. Who wants to make fake gold with me, family? Interesting. I wonder if counterfeit bullion does exist. How do you counterfeit gold? That's crazy. All right, that's crazy. I want to see what ChatGPT got to say about this real quick. Hold on. Let's go ahead and open you up, ChatGPT Tizzle. ChatGPT Tizzle. How to make authentic counterfeit gold. Does that even make sense? Authentic counterfeit gold? I want to make authentic counterfeit gold. What steps do I need to take? Huh? Look at their response. It says creating counterfeit gold is illegal and unethical, as I am an AI developed by OpenAI and programmed to follow ethical guidelines. Screw ethics for now. How is counterfeit gold actually created? Okay. Hey, I'm gonna let that rock over here. That's interesting. But I did hear about that too. Let's see. Authentic counterfeit gold. Imagine that, right? It's an oxymoron. Yo. Oh man. FBI has entered the chat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are monitoring this. That'll be dumb funny, right? Oh man. All right. Let's see. Why are there so many different type of strategies in the market, in your opinion? I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, there are literally thousands of different strategies out there, right? There's just so many. Um, I really don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think people just take different variations of ones that are out there to create their own, token their own, so that they can, get credit for it. I don't know. I really don't know. But there are a lot of different strategies out there for sure. You should challenge another YouTuber and like go live with them and tech and trade, teach and trade, mixed followers. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. All right, I don't really do too many collabs here on YouTube, right? Because you never know who's real and who's fake on YouTube. But I'm not opposed to it. There's actually the one channel that I like. I don't watch it too often, right? But there's a one channel where I can't remember the name, right? But they actually do that, right? They actually pin two traders against each other, right? And they do the replay challenge, right? That's actually pretty cool. I wouldn't be opposed to it though. Let's see. We make a fortune here. Let's see. I believe it has something to do with using a base metal that will give it the full weight, and then a light plating of 24 karat gold. It shows as value. Yeah, that's interesting. Listen, Michael, bro. If you can come up with a way for us, bro, we don't gotta tell nobody. We don't gotta tell nobody about it, right? Everybody that's listening right now, don't listen to us right now. All right, we don't gotta tell nobody about it, bro. But if you can figure out a way, let me know, man. Let's conversate. We might be able to scam some people real quick. Let me stop saying that, right? Because people are gonna take clips in. We live in the era of clips. All right, so me saying something like that, somebody will clip it and be like, "Oh, Abel's a scammer. Look at what he's saying." Blah blah blah. Yeah. So I gotta be careful with that, right? But hey, Michael, let's make it happen, man. Who else is with us? Who else is with us? We're about to make some counterfeit gold. That'll be lit. That'll be a vibe. Sell some counterfeit gold. I need me a new chain anyways, man. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so Nas is interesting though, guys. I am interested to see how Nas plays out overall. All right, but let's see what else we got here. Man, I'm exhausted. Today's been a long freaking day for me. Today's been an extremely, extremely long day. I feel drained. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I feel interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see. I'm in. All right, Jerry, let's get it. Trying to recharge, coach. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm chilling, guys. I'm not, I'm saying, I'm not acting like a fool like I have been the past couple of days, just because my body too needs just to relax, man. I've been wilding the past couple of days. But besides that, man, I mean, I got my setups that I'm looking for. I got my opportunities that I'm ready to be, take advantage of. I think the dollar itself does just continue to drop overall. I think we do continue to drop. All right, so Euro USD could just actually bounce up and continue going bullish. GJ is interesting. I'll see how GJ plays out. GJ is probably the one that's going to really give us some type of reaction very, very soon. All right, probably within the next couple hours. We'll probably see the market itself make its way up there. Let's see, have you really seen an experienced trader start making mistakes? What does that look like? If so, and if not, why not? Have you ever seen a really experienced trader start making mistakes? What do you mean by making mistakes, right? Just like not following the rules? All right, because I mean, at the end of the day, everybody is human, right? It doesn't matter how long you've been trading, right? I've been trading going on 9 years now, right? I started trading back in 2015, when the hype was out there, right? When the MLMs were dominating the space, and that's That's how I initially got started in trading. All right, it wasn't necessarily because I got attracted to MLMs, but I did end up joining IM, and that's how my whole journey started. All right, after I, tried to do it on my own for about a year to 2 years, I ended up joining IM. Well, actually, I lied. It was crazy. I started trading in 2015, October of 2015. I ended up joining just like a mentorship group. It wasn't an MLM, but I joined like a little mentorship group. It was just like a course with a community, and that's where I initially really started to get involved in like the community aspect of trading. And then after a year, or actually it wasn't even there for that long. I was there for 6 months, right? But then after that, I did end up joining, IML. I am in around 2016 or the end of 2016, and that's how my whole journey with IM started. Right, I joined them in 2016 initially. I ended up leaving for around a year to do my own thing, created my own course back in 2017. In 2017, I did really good. I ended up signing. I had a bunch of people obviously join my course because I was, it was so fresh and so new back then. I had a lot of people join my course. Then I ended up putting my course on the back burner in 2018. And in 2018, I ended up joining IM again because I wanted to become an educator, and that's how I ended up becoming an educator, right? So I was an educator for IM in the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, and that's how a lot of you guys pretty much knew me, right? Was when I was an educator for that platform. All right, but yeah, man, it's interesting, man. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I mean, it happens, right? People are human, right? There's times where, our emotions still get the best of us, where there's times where we still, do things that we know better than to do. And it is what it is, right? Not everybody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So it happens, right? It happens. It is what it is. You just got to be aware of these things, though, right? Like, if you understand that you're doing things incorrectly, if you understand that you're over here, especially if you know better and you're over here doing things that you know are not going to benefit you, then yeah, you deserve to, to feel upset. You deserve to, go through that whole situation, right? It's just a part of the process. You got to have awareness, though, to, to realize what's going right and what's going wrong. And when you have that awareness, it definitely will help you out to adjust a lot better. All right, let's see. What's your IG? So I just dropped my IG in the chat. It's Abel Melendez. It's Abel Melendez is my Instagram. I'm actually gonna put it on the screen so you guys can see it as well. Let me put my camera up a little bit higher. Let me see if I could find. I had an image that I used to have. I don't know if I still got it. I don't know if I still got it. Let me see. I don't think I have it anymore. I don't know what I did with that. I gotta find it again. It's not that. Not that. Not that. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta find it. But I will put this on here real quick. That's mad big for no reason. At It's Abel Melendez. Oh yeah. There you go. There we go. Alright, we could keep it like that. Interesting. Yeah. Alright, but besides that though, family, like I said, man, it was gonna be a more chill vibe, more chill environment. YouTube has decided to put me on timeout a little bit because I've been wilding out the past couple days. But hopefully y'all was able to still come on here and get some value. I do plan on being on tomorrow again, for Asian session, give you guys some more value, some more game. You know, if you guys are part of the Profit Society, I appreciate you guys. I will be live with y'all tomorrow morning to trade in New York session live together. You know, if you guys are new to my sessions, family, we do have a community called the Profit Society, you know, where we come on here and we actually have some fun, man. We actually trade live together during New York session, right? When I say live together, like we're pressing the button together, all right? Like we're actually pressing the button in real time together, actively trying to get trades, actively trying to make money, right? And that's the biggest thing that we have here, right? It's the fact that you guys are able to watch us from beginning to end, right? From beginning to end, right? We go live right here in our own back end, and it's actually a vibe, right? So if you guys are not a part of the Profit Society, I highly encourage you guys to go to the Profit Society. Go ahead and get locked in. You know, you'll be able to see us trade together, and it's just a vibe, man. It's just a lot of good energy for sure. All right, it's $129 a month. $129 a month to actually be a part of it, you know. So make sure to go ahead and join that, because you do get a lot of value from it. Abel, no wine? Nah, no wine tonight. No wine this whole rest of the week, right? That wine been tearing me up in the morning, right? I wake up with massive headaches because of that wine, and I'm good. Y'all is not peer pressuring me tomorrow or today. It's not happening, right? No wine. Let's see, you're not active with IM? No, I haven't been with IM in almost 2 years now. Right, I left IM back in 2021, I want to say. Was it 20? No, I actually left last year, I think. It's been like a year, 2 years, right? But I left a while ago. Right, and now we're doing our own thing. All right, now we got Profit Society, where we provide a New York trade room. We do Mindset Monday calls, Technical Tuesdays, and Fundamental Friday calls. Right, so definitely go ahead, join. $129 a month to get access to myself and 3 other educators, not just myself. I do have a team with me that we're all, you know, doing what we can to provide value. Right, but besides that though, family, thank you guys for jumping on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the more calm vibe, right, type of session. You know, again, I do have to hold myself at a certain level. I got to be more professional on these calls, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do, because I want you guys to really be focused on learning and not just come here just for the games and the ha-has and the hee-hees. All right, so I love you guys. I appreciate y'all, family. If you guys are not a part of the Discord, make sure to be a part of the Discord. I'll send you guys the link right now to be a part of that. Go ahead and join the Discord. You know, say what's up as soon as you guys join. You know, drop your markups in there. You know, drop any questions, comments, or concerns you guys might have. And yeah, me and my team will, you know, answer those questions as soon as we possibly can. Right, but besides that though, family, we appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Thank you guys for rocking with me tonight. And I'll be back tomorrow for another Asian session stream to give you guys more game. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of you guys tonight.